Hey guys, super excited to create this video. I absolutely love trying to find the best bang for your buck, best value PC parts. I think this has got to be one of the best deals I've seen in a while, given the current market. For those of you who don't know, or maybe you live under a rock, or maybe you're new to the CP building experience, the GPU market has been absolutely cracked lately due to high demand, chip and silicon shortages, tariffs, crypto mining, and really all this has just culminated into a perfect storm of incredibly overpriced and difficult to find graphics processing units, really at any level, entry, mid, and high end. A few months ago, Greg Salazar made a great video detailing what's happening with GPU prices, and I'll add a link to his video below if you're interested to learn more about the current market. Even the GPU for this build, the GTX 1650 Super 4GB, is selling for around $300 just by itself, and this is just an OEM GPU. This is nothing crazy. This isn't a 3000 series GTX brand new GPU. Okay, now that we know that it's basically impossible to find a reasonable GPU in the current market, we can start looking at this system, which is actually a pretty dang good deal, especially at the price I got it at. Now I do have to note that this machine is refurbished, and that might immediately scare away some of you. However, this is sold by HP through Walmart, so I'm pretty confident that if I have any issues with the computer, such as a dead on arrival part or something of this nature, I'll be able to return it without too much hassle. The new version of the same computer is being sold by Walmart for $748, which definitely doesn't feel as good of a deal. Twice the price that I paid for really starts to deteriorate the value of this deal, and I think one of the key factors of why this is such a great deal is because of the price point. I'll talk more in a second about the machine, but first I just wanted to talk about how I found this deal. I've been watching r/build-a-pc sales for a little bit now, and noticed that this HP Pavilion Gaming R5 has been popping up quite frequently lately. Now if you're in the process of building your own computer or thinking about it in the future, I would definitely recommend this subreddit. There's a lot of helpful people on there, and it will help you get a good feel of the current market by knowing what's actually on sale and what's just normal seller, discounts. As I was saying, I've seen this computer popping up quite a bit recently, and I started looking into the machine more and more, and it looked like a pretty good deal. The only issue is that when it does come in stock, it tends to sell out very quickly. Anyway, thanks to the help of a kind redditor, I was able to snag one, and it's on its way to me now. I'll make a video when it arrives, but first I wanted to focus on what parts are in this machine. Now looking at the specs, this machine is advertised to have an AMD Ryzen 5 3500, which is 3.4 GHz base up to 4.1 max boost and 6 cores. However, some people who purchased this machine have said that they actually received an AMD Ryzen 5 3600, which has a 3.6 GHz base clock up to 4.2 GHz boost clock, 32 MB L3 cache, which is twice the amount of the 3500, and 6 cores. So I'm hoping I'm lucky enough for this machine to have the 3600, but I'm just hoping that when I receive it, everything will boot up and run accordingly. We already looked at the GTX 1650 Super 4GB discrete graphics card, and the machine comes with 8GB RAM, which is pretty disappointing, but pretty much all mid to low end pre-builds only come with 8GB RAM, so that's pretty much expected. I'm going to make a separate video with all my upgrades, which will include a new set of RAM, a CPU cooler, and SSD. Now the RAM is advertised to run at 2666, but I have seen a few lucky people say theirs was running at 3200. So I'll have to see what the case is when my PC arrives. I haven't quite bought RAM yet. I'm holding off until I actually get the machine. The machine has a 400 watt platinum power supply, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and M.2 slot, and a 256 GB PCIe NVMe M.2 SSD. Now the SSD is definitely too small, but it will be great to have your OS on and it should take up about half that space. And then I also purchased a 1TB SSD that I'll talk more in a second to add to the machine, and then I also have a 1TB hard disk drive laying around that I might throw in there as well, which would give me more than enough space. Now this might not surprise you, but I also found my SSD through r/build-a-pc sales. Someone posted about a Samsung 870 EVO 1TB SSD that was selling for $69.99. Now you might think certainly that was a price error, and you would be correct. The very next day people were posting about how their orders were cancelled. In fact, it appeared that Dell did indeed try to cancel my order and sent me an email with a subject line telling me my order was cancelled. However, the body was telling me that it was not possible for my order to be cancelled. After reading comments, it appears some people were unlucky and had theirs cancelled before it was shipped, but I was lucky enough for my order to have already been processed and shipped by the time they tried to cancel it. The only upgrade left is the CPU cooler. For the CPU cooler, I went with the classic Vitro B5 CPU cooler, which had a $2 off coupon and this random promotion for an A2 display panel. I mean, look at how dummy thick that guy is. What's not to love about that? So I had to purchase one of those. I mean, come on. Alright, well that's about it for this video. I just wanted to make a real quick one because I was so excited about finally getting my hands on one of these machines. I'm going to make a more detailed video that has a rundown of all of the parts and their current MSRP, commonly sold price, versus what I paid for it, just to show you exactly how good of a deal this machine is. But I just wanted to make this video quick. I'll also be making another video showing all the upgrades once I actually get the machine, and of course I'll put links to everything I referenced in the video below. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next video.